The prescription I brought should take care of Spencer's ear, and you were a good, responsible father to call in when you did. And I'm glad that I was nearby and I could bring it right over.
And I'm very grateful. And so is Alfred, of course. He prepared dinner in a totally transparent attempt to keep you around.
Oh, my God. Wow. If I'd known, I would have worn my formal scrubs.
If you need to get back to the hospital, understand.
No,
it's okay.
And hurt Alfred's feelings? I wouldn't dream of it.
Damn it. Nicholas! Oh, you're here. Good. You're both here. Even better. You have to do something very important for me.
What is it you need, Lucky?
Well, you need to take care of Elizabeth and Cameron because I've screwed up everything. You know what? I haven't even had a drop all day, but it's early.
What happened, Lucky?
You know, I thought I could marry someone as perfect as Elizabeth and keep all my promises to her, but us Spencers, we can't make promises. We can't deal with it when it gets too tough.
That's just an excuse, and you know it.
Nicholas, you don't understand. You know what? You were taught manners. You have all the right answers. That's why I'm counting on you. I want you to promise me that you're going to take care of them.
Wait, what is that supposed to mean?
You know what? Buy Elizabeth that house she's always wanted and get Cameron.
How many pills have you actually taken today? Is that why you and Elizabeth fought?
You know what? Elizabeth walked out on me.
Well, maybe she needed a little space while you sobered up. I can't say I really blame her.
She loves you. Lucky, she would never leave you.
Like you and Nicholas loved each other?
That's different, you know.
No, that's actually not. Elizabeth, she walked out on me when she found out that I was having an affair with Maxie. Looks on your faces, oh my God, they're almost as good as the one Elizabeth had on hers when she walked in and she found me and Maxie together.
What? You're telling me Elizabeth
Twice, yeah.
Have you lost it, Lucky?
You know what, you're right. I probably should have come to you and figured out how to get away with it.
Stop it, that was different.
You're right. I actually gave Elizabeth a reason. I mean, she's always been wanting to get in Drake's pants for months. I mean, all you ever did, Emily, was get raped. And,
Hey, watch it.
All
Stop it, Lucky.
I ever wanted her to do was stop. So I asked her in every way I knew how. And I just figured maybe, just maybe, you know what? She had the right idea.
What? That is the biggest crock that I have ever heard in my life.
Oh, kind of not like yours. I know. I mean, you're just whining about your life when you have the cast iron fortune and clean up your messes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, your problem isn't about money.
Oh, come on. This is where you always jump in. Tell me how screwed up I am and fix it.
Not this time, Lucky. This time you have to fix it.
Why it's too late. I'm unfixable. That's what it is.
No, you're stoned.
Stoned? Stoned. I'm stoned. I am way beyond stoned. I've had so many pills that I can't even count them today.
You need help with this, Lucky. It's a sickness.
I'm sick. I'm just following a long Spencer tradition. That's what I'm doing. I mean, my father is a drunk. Everybody in this town thinks that Luke Spencer is a hero, and he just can't live with the hype. Now I'm just good and sick of competing with Luke. You know what? That's my sickness. You know what? The kind they don't even make pills for. That's it.
No one asked you to be a hero. Lucky, you brought that on yourself.
Keep going on like this. See what
You know
happens.
what? I'm just trying to get through one day after the next. You know what? So what's the problem if I'm trying to, take something from under the counter just to get me through the next... Hey! Oh,
Lucky, what are you doing?
Get out.
I'm sorry.
Shouldn't someone go after him?
Shouldn't someone grow up?
I don't understand.
He's messed up, Lulu.
Well, I get that much.
He started taking pain pills when he hurt his back, and I guess he never stopped.
He's addicted.
He's in pain.
And he's gonna make sure that everyone who cares about him's in pain as well.
Okay, shouldn't we do something to help
There's
him?
nothing we can do. I went through this with my father. An addict has to decide to help himself.
We need to call Elizabeth. What? What?
Might as well. We might as well tell her. She's gonna find out eventually.
I'm standing right here. Tell me
All
what
right,
is
all right,
going
all
on.
right. Elizabeth left him. Like he cheated on her.
Okay. Okay. All right. Nicholas, he was really messed up. He could fall off the docks or something. Could you...
Okay. If it makes you feel any better, I'll go make sure he got on the launch.
Please.
He really cheated on Elizabeth.
Hard to imagine.
Huh. Well, I must be naive, but I thought if someone loved you, they'd never do anything to hurt you.
Slightly tipsy going down, I could break my neck.
You're probably right. It's late. It's still too dangerous out with the lights out. So why don't you spend the night?
It would be so easy to stay here. I've always loved Windermere, especially in the summer.
Then stay.
I'm a long way from being over Sunny.
You're no fun.
You know, some people think that I rebounded from you to Sunny, and I'm not sure that that's true. But I'm positive that I don't want to rebound from Sunny back to you.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. It's rebound relationships, they always end before they begin, right?
Supposedly.
Yeah.
I better go.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for the almost dinner that we had.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were still here.
No, I was just leaving.
I'll walk you to lunch, okay?
No, thanks, I'll be fine. Give Spencer a kiss for me.
I will. Okay. Bye. Emily?
Oh, my goodness. What happened?
Slipped on the stairs.
Are you okay? You hurt or anything?
Yeah, no, I think it's just my ankle.
I'm sorry. I'll speak to the gardener first thing in the
No,
morning.
no,
Okay?
Nicholas, it was an accident. Please don't blame the gardener.
Can I get you a brandy?
No, she's fine. Thank you. I'll take care of Emily.
I'm okay, really.
You could have broken your neck.
No, I didn't. I barely cried out when you were right there beside me, taking me in your arms. Kind of like old times.
You do realize you have to spend the night now, right?
I wanted to all along.
Well, even if you didn't, there you go. I couldn't let you walk around with a sprained ankle in the dark with all the lights off.
That's very solicitous of you.
I'll go get you an ice pack. Okay?
Yeah.
Ice pack and some towels. You be needing anything else?
I've been rescued by a prince on a dark and scary night. What more could a girl want?
I'll be right back.
I was checking on Spencer and I heard your voices. I didn't want you to wake him.
Oh, okay. We'll be sure and keep our voices down.
The lights.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on Spencer real quick. Will you grab Emily an ice pack and some fresh towels, please?
Certainly.
Thank you. And I will get you some pajamas as well. How's that?
Really don't need to be waited on, you know.
I know. It's been a long time since you've allowed me to do anything for you. So just let me do this, okay?
It's the latest fashion for damsels in distress.
beautiful.
You don't have to say that.
Let me help you.
Here you are. I just want to remind you to please keep your voices down for the baby.
Is Spencer a light sleeper?
He was fast asleep when I went and checked on him.
I don't see why Colleen's so worried. I mean, these walls are thick enough for a fortress.
Yeah, she does go a little overboard sometimes trying to make a good impression, I guess.
Daddy, you're overreacting as usual.
These things are a miserable failure. And coming from an ELQ subsidiary that manufactures and distributes the Enduro brand of condom, it's our failure. These condoms are a class action lawsuit just waiting to happen. Who knows how many unplanned pregnancies ELQ will have laid at its door.
Daddy, you're an alarmist.
I am simply facing facts.
What facts?
The facts that ELQ has riddled the Northeast with substandard sexual protection.
Daddy, it was one batch. The problem has been corrected, and if we keep our mouths shut, it will all go away.
It's called negligence.
Exactly. And it's all on your head.
Oh, don't be absurd.
You wanted to downsize the company. You hired inadequate people, and now you have a shoddy product.
Daddy, it was one defective batch of condoms. What would you have me do? Issue a recall? They've probably all been used.
Mm-hmm. It's mismanagement, pure and simple.
What are you doing?
Give me your wallet.
Is this a mugging?
Just let me
Money?
see it.
All right, okay.
Enduro brand, I knew it. This is what you used with me, right?
Well, yeah, because it's a subdivision of ELQ, and so I wanted to, like, support the family.
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like your family made a defective batch and you got some.
Are you telling me that you're pregnant because my family manufactured faulty condoms?
You're pregnant? Tell me I didn't hear what I heard.
Okay. You misunderstood what Dylan and I
Lou,
were...
what are you doing? Truth is out. It's no use.
What are you doing?
Are you really planning on hiding this forever?
Would you two stop speaking in code and tell us what the hell is going on?
Okay, fine. All right. Lulu's pregnant. I'm the father.
Did you do this on purpose?
Right. It's every girl's dream to start off her 18th year blowing up like a Christmas ham and barfing her guts out.
I think we're approaching this wrong.
But listen, there's a very simple solution. Now, you two will get married. You did divorce that Georgie, didn't you?
Yes, but that
I'm
is
sorry, can we
not-
just slow down here?
Young lady, we are discussing the next Quartermain heir, and the child must have the family name.
Daddy, the baby is a Quartermain, but marriage is absolutely out of the question.
Listen, far too many members of this family have been born out
Please,
of wedlock, and this
don't
child...
just stop. Don't speak about us as if we're not standing here in the room with you.
We have more life experience than you,
Yeah,
sweetheart.
but guess what? You're not pregnant, and she is.
Listen, there is a silver lining.
Why don't we let Dylan and Lulu talk this over?
They're both children. They will do what they're told.
Stop! This is my life, and you guys are not my family.
Well, we will be.
And I will do whatever I want.
Yeah, nice. Real nice. You should be proud of yourselves. That was sensitive.
You, young man, are in no position to criticize.
Oh, I don't believe you are either, Daddy. Do the names Bradley Ward or Jimmy Lee Holt ring a bell?
Why don't you go see if you can find her and calm her down?
Fine. Oh, hey. For the record, I used one of those.
Marriage is out of the question.
But Dylan will do the right thing.
Dylan has a very bright future ahead of him. The last thing he needs is an insta-family.
So, what do you propose? Luke Spencer was born litigious. And if he finds out that his daughter got impregnated by some substandard ELQ product, he'll have a field day.
Maybe this is a way for me and Luke to find a common ground.
Oh, my God, love has turned your brains to mush.
Will you two listen to yourselves?
Are you still here?
Lulu deserves your compassion. She got pregnant by mistake. She's feeling alone
Listen.
and scared.
Lulu is a lovely young girl, and it will be this family's privilege to support her and her child, the next Quartermain heir.
Your 4 o'clock meeting with the shipping company cancelled. Your overseas conference call rescheduled for tomorrow, and I had planned to serve chilled salmon for dinner.
Well, what a coincidence. Chilled salmon, Emily's favorite.
Is it, sir?
Yes. And I'm wondering how you knew that.
I confess, I've had several conversations with a delightful woman who happens to be employed in the Quartermain household. Her name is Alice Gunderson. We met in the condiment aisle. And she's very fond of Miss Emily, as are we all.
I get the picture. Alfred.
The salmon fillet is quite generous.
Oh, yes. Enough to feed 2, I assume.
Now that you've mentioned it.
I'll invite Emily to dinner, but I can't promise that she'll come.
You underestimate yourself and Miss Emily, sir.
Excuse Nicholas.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
For what?
I mean, obviously, Alfred didn't waste any time. I suppose when he realized that his dinner plans weren't going to succeed, he invited you over for brunch.
No. I came on my own. It's about Lulu. You might want to sit down for this.
What is it?
She's pregnant.
Dylan?
Yeah. Listen, it's complicated, but Tracy and Grandfather found out, and they were already all over her.
I can imagine.
Most of her family is scattered. Lulu's gonna need you.
Well, I'm glad you told me now, because I was just about to take Spencer to Greece for a visit. That'll have to wait. I'm gonna have to stay and do whatever I can to help Lucky and Lulu. I wish Lulu felt she could confide in me.
What would you have done?
Just talk to her. Help her to come up with some kind of a plan, you know. I should have made her go to that prep school. That's what I should have done.
If I were Lulu, being shipped off to school might make me feel like nobody wanted me around. Hasn't she been through enough of that in her life already?
So the alternative is she stayed in town and now she's pregnant.
Instead of blaming yourself for something that isn't even remotely your fault, let's think about ways that we can support Lulu.
Excuse me, but Spencer and I are all packed.
I'm sorry, Colleen, but we won't be going to Greece after all. I'm having a family situation.
Are you sure it can't wait a few days?
Yes, my sister is pregnant, and I need to do whatever I can to help her.
Of course, sir.
Thank you.
I think I racked up some more negative points with Colleen.
She's just focusing on taking care of Spencer right now. We need to think about Lulu at the moment.
Yeah, my grandfather and Tracy found out, and they're already trying to control the situation.
Yeah, I don't want her under that kind of pressure. She needs to come stay with me here.
So you can pressure her instead?
What? Emily, I just want her to be safe. What's wrong with that?
Nothing, Nicholas, but you also need to give her some room.
I need to take a little bit more of an active role than that.
You know your sister. She's going to resent it if you start trying to make decisions for her.
Well, who else can help her? Leslie can't do it. Our mother's in Shady Brook. Luke's God knows where, and Lucky's dealing with a drug problem right now. What other options does she have?
He went out for a while.
How are you doing?
Between his addiction and infidelity?
Not so well. You have us, Elizabeth.
I know. Thanks.
I know Lucky's focusing on his recovery. He's going to NA meetings.
Well, he's focusing on something else right now. We just found out Lulu's pregnant.
Yeah. Did she come by here?
No, Edward Quartermain brought the happy news. And then he launched into some speech about doing what's right for the baby. And so, of course, Lucky took off to look for Lulu and make sure she's okay and to see how she's feeling.
Do you think he's up to it?
I tried to convince him to hold off for a couple days until he's feeling stronger, but you know your brother.
Yeah, well, I mean, Lucky's own life's out of control. How's he supposed to help Lulu?
He promised he wouldn't go back on those pills. But there's only so much he can do on his own. He needs to be able to look into our eyes and know that we trust him.
Do you?
You've been awake for a long time. Want your gray one or your brown one, huh?
Hey, morning.
Oh, thank you for coming. Lulu will be by here any minute. I was hoping that you would stay and talk to her.
Sure, I'd be glad to, but I think we should think about what we're going to say first.
And I was hoping that you could keep an eye on Spencer. Alexis called, and I know she said she needed to see me.
About what?
I don't know, but she said it was an emergency.
Okay, I'm gonna get your bottle before we go and play, all right? Hey, Lulu, you just missed Nicholas.
Where'd he go?
He went to see Alexis, but he's gonna be back soon.
Okay, well, I guess that's good. I get a break before the big lecture. I'm sure he has a whole speech plan about how I need to be responsible and think about all my options.
Hey, Lulu. Your brother's not gonna judge you. He's just concerned. And in the meantime, it's Colleen's day off, thank God, and I get to watch Spencer for a while. Would you mind holding him while I go and get his bottle?
Sure.
Here you go. All right, thanks. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hi, Spencer. I haven't seen you in 2 days, and you already look bigger. Your daddy tells me that you're getting your first tooth. Oh, I hope your gums aren't too bad. I can't imagine having a baby. This little person totally dependent on me, calling me mom. I mean, how am I supposed to shape his or her life when I can't even shape my own?
I know it's gotta be overwhelming.
And then there's your family. The minute that they find out, they start trying to take over and issuing orders and telling me what to do and making pronouncements about the Quartermain heir as if this baby belonged to them. I'm sorry. I know that you love your family. Or I know that you love your grandfather. Sometimes I think Dylan is the only person who could love Tracy.
The Quartermains can be pretty domineering, but all of them, even Tracy, mean well.
I felt so smothered, and all I wanted to do was run away.
Well, maybe Nicholas can help you come up with a better solution.
So Nicholas will run my life instead of the Quartermains.
Nicholas loves you, and he's going to be way more considerate than Tracy or grandfather. But he also knows that your life is going to change dramatically in ways that you can't even imagine, Lulu. You're going to need support. You're going to need guidance.
What kind of guidance?
Nicholas thought that you might want to live here at Windermere.
You're kidding.
He wants to be the one to help you. You just think about it, Lulu. He can provide for you. He can provide for your baby.
What if that's not what I want? It's weird enough being pregnant, but what's really freaky is seeing the people that I trust act the same way as those that I don't. My brothers and Tracy and Edward and Dylan are all trying to run my life.
Oh, they're trying to help, Lulu. They know you're facing some difficult choices.
And I'm the one who has to make those choices. I mean, they act like I can't think for myself, but I'm 18. I drive a car. I'm about to go to PCU. I thought Nicholas would understand.
Nicholas is trying to protect you, Lulu. He wants what's best for you. You keep that in mind when you talk to him, okay?
Well, I'm glad I talked to you first. You were the only voice of reason at the Quartermains. What do you think I should do?
I think you should see a counselor. Because whatever decision you make, it helps to discuss it with somebody who doesn't have an agenda, who doesn't have a bias.
No.
Lulu, you need a sounding board. Someone who can listen to you objectively and help you come to a decision that is best for you.
I'll think about it.
Okay. You let me know if I can help you, all right?
Yeah, you already have. Tell Nicholas that I love him and I appreciate what he's trying to do. But I can't have another voice going through my head right now.
Fine. Can I do anything for you?
Yeah, if you could just finish filing while I make some phone calls, I'd appreciate that.
What can I do?
My inhaler's in.
No, hold on. Here, I opened it. Take it easy.
I'm all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, I appreciate that. You were very efficient. Stayed very calm. I don't know that I would have been able to do that if the positions were reversed.
Actually, the positions were reversed and you were great. You stayed at my bedside the whole entire time at the hospital, telling me over and over again that everything was going to be okay, and I will never forget that.
No. Sorry. What is it you wanted to speak to me about?
I'm going to give you two some time alone.
Do you want to sit down? There really isn't any easy way to do this. I have cancer. It's called adenocarcinoma, and it's the most common form of lung cancer in women.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, you're not even a smoker. You never have been. It
You
doesn't
don't have
make
to
any
be,
sense.
and they don't know why.
Okay, so you have to have surgery next week, right?
Yeah, and then they're going to follow that up with chemotherapy.
Who's the doctor?
Philip Trent.
Okay, Philip Trent. Well, I want to get a second opinion before the surgery.
Nicholas, I've had second, I've had third opinions, and everybody comes up with the same prognosis.
You can beat this, you know. You can beat this.
I know. I'm going to do everything I can. And this really isn't in my control. And you know how much I hate that.
Yes, I do.
And I'm going to give it my best shot, I promise. And I'm going to let people help me.
Good. Because I'm there. Every step of the way. Okay, I'll be right there.
You've always been there for me. And I'm really grateful for that. I want you to promise me something.
Okay. Anything.
I want you to promise me that if something happens to me, that you'll look after the children.
Stop. Please. Please don't say that. You are going to get to do that all by yourself for many years to come.
Nicholas, if I can't, you need to promise me that whatever arrangements I make with Sonny and Rick, that you will be the one to keep an eye on them and do the right thing. You promise me that, Nicholas, because that's really going to make me feel better.
Okay, I promise. I will take care of Christine and Molly. I promise.
I've always been able to count count on you. Now get out of here. Come on, we get busy stuff. Okay.
I love you.
I love you.
How is he? Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm really bad at that. I'm sorry. Oh, did Lulu come by?
Yeah, but she's not ready to talk yet.
How is she?
Overwhelmed, but she knows that you love her, and she's gonna be in touch soon. What about Alexis? What was the emergency?
She has lung cancer.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
I can't believe it. She's always been such a rock in my life. The family member, the one sane family member. I always assumed that she would be around. But I guess no one's invulnerable, huh?
Did the doctors know what caused it?
No. Which doesn't make any sense either. She was never even a smoker.
Yeah. I learned in one of my classes that 20% of all females who get lung cancer don't even smoke.
I know, and I had no idea.
What stage is it?
The second. They have to remove a portion of her lung. She told me about it. In her office. She was trying to be so strong, but underneath, I could tell how terrified she was. And to be quite honest with you, so am I.
Nicholas, you of all people should know that cancer is not a death sentence.
Tell me again what went through your head when you found out you had breast cancer.
I thought that I was gonna die like my mother had. I nearly made it a self-fulfilling prophecy.
But you beat it.
Yeah. Thanks in no small part to someone who wouldn't let me give up. Someone who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. You turned my life around, Nicholas. You were my secret weapon. And you're gonna be that for Alexis, too. She has so much to live for. She has Molly and Christina. She's not gonna want to leave them motherless.
She's already considering that a possibility. You know, worrying about what will happen to the girls if she's gone.
Okay. All you can do is just be supportive and show them how much you care.
It's just, at least with you, I could fight against your family, you know. What can I do for Alexis? Or my brother and sister, for that matter. What can I do?
You can love them.
Hey, come on in. Yeah.
How you doing?
Well, your timing couldn't be better. You can go see Cameron now. Nicholas is here. I'll be fine.
Well, are you sure?
Yes, my afternoon is wide open, and I'd like to spend some time with my brother here.
Okay, well, if you don't mind, then I have some work I need to catch up on at the hospital.
Sure.
Great, okay.
Take all the time you need. Please don't worry.
I'll try.
What?
You look awful.
Thanks. The good news is the worst part is over.
All right. Sounds like a textbook addict to me. this alone, Lucky. There are tons of places to get help. Tons of clinics, rehabs.
Yeah, and I bet you pay for it too.
Absolutely, I would. I'd do whatever it takes to help you.
Yeah, well, worry about Lulu. She needs you more than I do.
Why? I don't understand. Why do you insist on going through this by yourself?
Because it's my problem.
Well, it would be great if it were that easy, Lucky. But you can't be alone. And Elizabeth can't be around 24/7. Rehab makes sense. It's safe, it works.
Yeah, and it'd only be a matter of time before it got back to the department.
Lucky, you wouldn't be the first cop in history who had a substance abuse problem.
But I know what happens to the ones that do go public. They get a rep of being untrustworthy, and nobody wants to be their partner.
You get to save your own life. Seems like a reasonable trade-off to me.
I just can't be locked up in some clinic for the next 30 days. It's like an open invitation for Patrick Drake.
Oh, Lucky, would you lose the Patrick Drake thing already? And that's got to be the drugs talking, because nothing happened between them. You know, you're just trying to absolve yourself of sleeping with Max.
Patrick wants Elizabeth. Take a good look at me, Nicholas. How can I fight for Elizabeth the way I am now?
You know, every time you open your mouth, all I hear is an addict talking. All the excuses about what made you use the drugs and how it drove you to cheat on your wife, blah, blah, blah. Excuses, Lucky. You really think that if you can blame everything on Elizabeth and Patrick Drake, it'll justify all your excuses?
You never saw them together.
Again, excuses to start using again.
You know what? I was high when I cheated on my wife. What's your excuse?
Don't use Emily to change the subject.
Well, the subject is drug addiction, not that you know jack about what it's like to kick this thing.
You're exactly right. I don't know anything about it. And I'm not judging you. All I'm saying is that you need to be around other people who understand this thing, because they can help. Okay, I'll tell you what. If you can't or won't go to rehab, you tell me what your other options are.
Meetings. I go to meetings.
Meetings?
Yeah.
Meetings, do they help?
Yeah, they do. In fact, you know what? A meeting right now would help a lot.
Okay. That's great. I'll tell you what. I'll go with you. Just in case you were thinking about scoring some pills on the way there.
Hi. Hey.
I just came from seeing my little boy.
I try to drop in on my breaks and say hi to him whenever he's there.
You do? Thank you.
He loves daycare, Elizabeth. He has some friends, and they're always playing.
I know. I just had to tell him again that he can't come home with me. And he doesn't understand, and obviously I can't tell him the truth. And I know he loves Graham, but he misses me, and he just wants to come home. But I can't bring him into a home when Lucky's trying to kick his habit. Oh my God. My husband is a drug addict. I did not picture my life like this. And now my little boy, his whole world has been turned upside down, and it's become this very scary and unstable place.
Elizabeth, you're his rock, okay? There is no doubt in my mind that he feels loved and secure.
I love Lucky, and I want to help him, but not at the expense of my little boy. That Lucky is ill, and that addiction is a disease. But it is not easy getting over walking in on him and that tramp having sex. It is burned into my brain, and how much can I possibly excuse because of the pills?
I'm sorry, Elizabeth. I know how it feels to be cheated on. I mean, you think you buried the pain, and then it just blindsides you all over again.
It's not like I can even tell him right now how hurt and angry I really am.
I think Lucky's on his way to getting better. When he slept with Maxie, that was hitting rock bottom. Elizabeth, he scared himself so badly he knows he has to get clean.
I want to stick by him. I really do, but it goes both ways. With all the broken promises and the lies, Lucky owes it to me and Cameron to make good on his word. I'm not going to be dragged into a cycle of abuse and then recovery and then failure.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying, if he doesn't have the strength to do this, and he takes those pills again, I'm gone.
Did you plan this?
I had no idea.
I thought we could all use some dinner from Eli's for old time's sake.
Yeah, so you can babysit the druggie, right?
We're here for Elizabeth, too. You aren't the only one affected by your addiction.
I'm sorry, you know what, you're right. Just a little on edge. Withdrawals are a little harder than I thought.
You should be in rehab or a hospital.
I am not the one who needs help. Lulu is 18 and pregnant.
Lulu definitely needs our support, but we have to be careful not to pressure her, okay?
Look, I have been where she is. She just needs a little room to sort things out for herself.
All we can do is be ready to help her when she asks us to.
No, I think it might be a good idea for Lulu to move in with you. At least the Quartermains won't be able to snatch the baby the minute it's born.
Well, there may not even be a baby.
What? What do you mean?
Lulu's considering all of her options.
You mean an abortion? Did you tell Lulu it was wrong?
I told her to speak to a counselor.
She doesn't need advice from an outsider.
She needs to make the decision on her own, and it might help to have someone objective.
Okay. If Lulu has an abortion, it'll ruin her life.
And you better be careful about telling her what's right and wrong.
This is about how Lulu chooses to live her life.
Based on what? Her loving childhood?
All any of us want is for Lulu to be okay. And you're right. She should be with her family right now. So I'll go track her down, and I'll let her know that we're okay with whatever she decides.
And make sure she knows we're not going to judge her.
Lulu needs us to be honest about what she's facing. I'm gonna go find her.
No, you can't.
Why can't I go talk to my own sister?
Because you're going through withdrawal, and you're in pain, you're moody, and Lulu needs somebody understanding and calm.
I can pull it together long enough to keep my little sister from making a terrible mistake.
Well, Lucky, the problem with that is we shouldn't be talking her into or out of anything.
So you think it's okay that she does this?
No, I'm just saying we need to think about what she wants.
She's too young to know what she wants. I am gonna go find her.
No, she's not going to want to discuss her sex life with her brother.
I am the only family she has around.
She'd feel more comfortable with a
I
woman.
mean, you're already judging her.
By trying to keep her from making a choice she'll regret for the rest of her life?
But it isn't your choice to make, Lucky.
But I know how Lulu thinks. She thinks on impulse and regrets it later. I mean, she got pregnant by her stepbrother. Now, does that sound like someone responsible and mature?
You're making decisions for Lulu based on emotion right now. Okay, whatever happens, whether she decides to not have the baby or have the baby or whatever, it needs to be her choice.
Lulu has felt alone her entire life. That's probably why she got pregnant. She needs to know that she can count on her family, on me. Now, is somebody gonna tell me where she is? Well?
She should be working at Kelly's.
Thank you.
I'll go after her.
No. It's his choice.
I'm not saying I'm blameless, but guess what? Lulu and I both made mistakes, Lucky.
Yeah,
we both
here's
did.
the difference. Lulu lived with your family in your house after her father disappeared on her again.
Hey, listen, screaming at Dylan won't solve anything.
You know what? You're right. Kicking his ass is a so much better solution.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hold on, what's going on?
Why don't you just get your worthless cousin out of here before I break his
Oh, you know
face?
what, Lucky? It's so nice that you're protective of Lulu now, but where were you when she needed you the most?
That went well.
Yeah, he's a punk.
That's not true, Lucky. Dylan's a good kid in a bad situation, and so is Lulu, and assigning blame isn't going to help anyone.
Dylan is a spoiled brat who took advantage of Lulu.
Please tell me that Lucky didn't actually speak to Lulu in the state he's in.
I wish I could, Emily. Lucky claims that he heard Lulu on the phone with some abortion clinic. And then apparently started firing off ultimatums.
Which is only going to make her dig in her heels about terminating the pregnancy.
I can't stop thinking maybe she should.
Yes. You seem so opposed to abortion. You were worried that having it would haunt Lulu for the rest of her life.
Yeah, and that's a very real possibility. But on the other hand, having the baby, I think, could cause Lulu even more harm.
Something's bothering you. Something else. Tell me.
My mother.
What about Laura?
Well, according to Luke, I'm the product of rape. My mother was kidnapped, held hostage, and forced to have an heir.
What Luke needs to believe doesn't make it true.
Yeah.
Laura loved you with all of her heart.
Well, eventually she did. Now she's catatonic. And who can say how much my birth had to do with that?
I'm not following.
Okay. Laura was forced to have a child that she didn't want by a man she hated. All I'm saying is, how would Laura's life be different had she managed to escape my family and have an abortion? I'm just saying she still might be sane.
There's no way to know that, and speculation is pointless, Nicholas.
I don't know. Emily, having a child that she was ambiguous about from the start, coupled with having to pretend that I didn't exist, I say it almost certainly contributed to my mother's mental breakdown. And I think the same thing could happen to Lulu. If she's forced to have a child that she doesn't want, it could start her on the path to mental madness that my mother took.